Alright. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Great Ace Attorney game. Last time we arrived in London and we were immediately put on a trial. I mean, not us, but put on a trial as a newly appointed attorney to defend someone. We met one of the most elegant prosecutors ever. We overturned the juror's decision. And now, after a smoke grenade launched in the courtroom, we continue. All good? Let's go. February 12:52 p.m. Old Bailey, defendant lobby. What on earth just happened? Naruto, I think I have a grasp of the situation. Sato, it appears that a very potent smoke grenade was detonated. Smoke grenade? Oh, like the smoke bombs ninja use. They are verifying the safety of the court now. Preparations to resume the trial are underway. Just who would do something like that? Someone attempted to escape from the clown court was captured by the bailiff. Attempting to escape. Well, that's one way to put it. Indeed, it was a young girl about 15 years of age. Girl? Could that be? The third passenger who Mr. McGondle was talking about? I believe so too. I knew it! That third party really did exist. Oh, and whatever happened to Mr. McGondle? So much I have to ask him, but he hasn't returned to his lobby. It seems he was summoned to the prosecutor's office to be present for information. And hello, Joe. Finally. Okay. That young girl is accompanying him as well. Just who is she? Why did she come to this trial in the first place? She knew it would be risky, and I doubt there was anything to gain from doing so. I have one issue I'm curious of. What would that be? It's the 20 pence. Huh? Why? According to what the coachman, Beppo, has testified, that night the fee was 5 pence per person, with 4 passengers on the ride. So the total is 20 pence. The sum matches up perfectly. Over here we have a 5th customer appearing. Once again, the sum of 20 makes no sense. That really is strange. Attorney, head to the Crown Court at once. The preparation for the trial to resume is complete. It will resume in 5 minutes. Got it. I'll head over there immediately. In any case, I believe that this girl will take the witness stand. I assume the contents of her testimony will determine the outcome of this trial. Shall we go in, Susato? Let's go. Here we go. Again. 18th of February, 1 p.m. Old Bailey, Crown Court. There you are. That young girl next to Mr. McGondle. It looks like she's the one who caused that ruckus earlier. Now then, the court is back in session for the trial of cousin Amy Gundle. Lord Van Zieks. Yes, my lord? Please explain the origin of that strange smoke from earlier. We believe that the military-grade smoke grenade was detonated here. Military grade? Why is that being used here? The one who attempted to slip out of the courthouse through the smoke has been caught. The culprit stands right there. Miss, state your name. Are you the one behind the confusion caused by the smoke grenade earlier? Why in heaven's name did you do that? Excuse me, may I, Lord Judge? What is it, defendant? It might be better for me to provide the explanation. In regards to why this girl is here and why she tried to escape. Everything is related to what transpired on the night of the incident, really. Very well then. The court orders the defendant to testify. Speak in regards to this incident and its relation to this young girl. I wonder what exactly happened during the incident that night. If only I could have heard about all of it before the trial started. Here we go. Finally, McGonagall is going to speak. Her relation to the crime. That night I had seated myself on the back seat inside the coach. There I nodded off to sleep. Sometime later I was woken by an abrupt, loud sound, accompanied by a small scream. In front of my eyes lay the man. I helped him up and sat him on the seats. Though trembling in shock, I investigated the area where the scream had come from. To my surprise, there was the young girl, hidden there, curled up tight and quiet as a mouse. Is everything fine, Joe? Can you hear me well? Can you see everything well? Eating as usual? I'm not sure if I completely understand, but essentially that young girl, she was riding the omnibus when the crime occurred? You are correct, as the good barrister asserted earlier. Alright, thank you. There was indeed a fifth passenger on that omnibus. Very well. It appears it is about time to hear the attorney's cross-examination then. Attorney, are you prepared? Yes, my lord. The judge expects me to clear this up. They have absolutely no idea what is going on here. Okay, let's press everything. Oh, I didn't heal that last wound. Let's press everything. When you got on the omnibus, was anyone else on board? No one else was inside the coach, nor up on the rooftop seats. In other words, the defendant was the first passenger? Indeed, he was merely sitting comfortably on the back seats inside the omnibus. By back seats, do you mean? Why, as you yourself so expertly pointed out just now, my good barrister. I mean the seat directly across from where the gentleman who'd been stabbed was sitting. It was the most comfortable spot for me, you see. After all, you can't be seen through the skylight from there. Loud noise and a scream? It was... Ah, yes! That was quite a remarkable thud, I believe. It was much like the sound of a man falling over. That must have been the sound of the victim, Mr. Mortar, falling over after being stabbed. I was asleep at the time, you see, so I can't say for sure. Furthermore, when I awoke, not another soul did I see in the coach, save for the gentleman laying on the floor before me. There was no one else in there. Yet at the time you said you heard a scream, right? Perhaps that scream arose from the rooftop seating area. Now I heard that scream from inside the coach. However, at that moment the scream was the least of my worries. You see, I could hardly believe what I saw before my own eyes. You set the victim up on the seat? Yes, sir. On the seat right across from me. I had realized he was dead, you see. I felt that it would be disrespectful to simply leave the poor soul on the floor like that. After all, I'm a sympathetic man, you know. Quite a curious story, defendant. Well now, whatever you might you mean, Prosecutor Van Zieks? If that man dropped before his very eyes, the same person would call the coachman at once. Were they your average, principled Londoner, that is? As you well know, I hold a rather maligned profession. You're referring to your business as a salary lender, correct? There are those who would borrow money from me, only to be ungrateful and set out to kill me. So the last thing I want would be to get wrapped up in such a nasty affair. Then, we're just going to leave the victim's body like that? Heavens me, of course not! I had intended to report the incident to the police. Simply wished to ensure the circumstances were crystal clear before doing so. Circumstances? Indeed. I thought it was a good idea. Oh. There is a was missing here. I thought it was a good idea beforehand to investigate anything that struck me as strange. Like where that faint scream I heard really came from, for instance. That would strike anyone as strange, wouldn't you say? The scream he heard alongside the victim falling down, huh? Excuse me, but what do you mean by that? Correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't you and the victim the only ones in the coach? Correct! At first glance, in any case. At first glance? Yes, indeed! Imagine my shock when I heard that tiny little scream. It came from directly beneath my rear. What in the... beneath your rear? Right then and there I lifted up the seat cushion. As it turned out, under the seat was a trunk. Never though, we can take a look at the omnibus too. I've already did that. Come to think of it, it was submitted into evidence, right? Maybe now would be a good time to give it another good look. Anyway, after that, I went ahead and peeked inside the trunk. To my surprise, there was a young girl hidden there, curled up tight and quiet as a mouse. She was hiding in the trunk? Yes, indeed. That's what I saw. When I caught sight of her cowering there, in the dim light of the lamp, I surely thought my heart was going to stop. Think about all of this seems really off. At any rate, I dragged her out of here. Then I sat on the seat opposite, intent on hearing what she had to say. Seat opposite you? Yes, right next to the dead chap who was already occupying the spot. You see that this young lady right next to the victim's corpse? As I believe I mentioned earlier, due to the nature of my work, much to my dismay, I've had crosshairs trained on me. therefore, it was of the utmost importance for me to learn just who exactly this girl was. But then, as I was speaking with her, I heard a gentleman scream overhead. Must have been the two passengers on the roof, I suppose. Indeed, that is what I'm led to believe. They likely saw the savage gent lined up next to what appeared to be a young girl. So you're saying that what the two on the roof saw was not you, but instead they saw the victim sitting next to this young lady? That is exactly right. Because you see, I was seated in the back, which cannot be seen from the skylight. I see. The defendant does have a somewhat compact physique. Suppose it isn't a stretch to say that this girl could have been mistaken for him. That was when, upon hearing this gentleman scream from the roof, the coachman stopped the omnibus. Enough! The situation is now perfectly clear. However, we now have a fundamental question. Just who exactly is this girl? I'm told that her name is Gina Lestrade, or Lestrade. By the way, do you know who Lestrade is, Joe, in Sherlock Holmes' books? She hides in places where people gather, then pauses out and steal their wallets. She is what you would call a pickpocket. What? No! The love interest of Sherlock Holmes was Irene Adler. Lestrade is the inspector. I think. I haven't read a lot of Sherlock Holmes, but I'm sure that Lestrade is the inspector, not a thief. What? This little girl is a pickpocket? Order! Order! Do you take issue with his claim, Miss Lestrade? It's Lestrade or Lestrade, whatever pronunciation you do, however you spell it is correct. Miss Lestrade, answer me at once. Whoa! Ah! She has a smoke gun. Heavens, what in blazes are you? Whoa, she ran away. Ah! That just disappeared. What are you looking at? If you're looking for me, I'm right there. Oh, she has a Scottish accent. Or Irish. Whatever. I think that's Scottish accent. I have to give it my best. Is there any point in moving like that? And I know all of what you adults are thinking. Dirty Maltuders messed up and got caught on the job. She went mental and stabbed that other bloke. Ain't that right? That's not true. The courthouse is a place where we seek the truth. We want to make sure. Whoa. Don't forget that I'm a pro. My whole livelihood is dependent on these quick fingers. And look out these knives. Pickpocket's pride won't stand for it. It's not how they have told you is that thing filled with smoke, right? This gun? I picked this up from a bag in the omnibus station the other day. Pretty little thing, don't you think? It's very hard. I think I like me a bit of pink. Don't aim that at me. So, you were riding on the omnibus then? It's alright. You tell them the truth, won't you? It's very hard to make the Texan accent of the United States fit on a British girl. Yeah, that's right. And the court shall acknowledge this girl, Gina Lestrade, as a new witness. As such, we order you to testify. Also, yeah, Inspector Lestrade was a man in the novels. Just a little information for you. Speak in regards to what transpired in the omnibus on the night of the incident. Alright, I gotcha. As always, I'd already sneaked before the horse was hitched in the coach. I couldn't get any business. It was really an awful night. It was pitch dark in my little hiding spot. I seriously could see nothing. And suddenly, there was a loud noise. Of course, it was enough to make me scream a little. After all, this old geezer here found me. But he let me get away. He let you get away? Why, defendant, did you allow this girl to flee to begin with? The reason is quite simple. Joe, could you search if what I said about Inspector Lestrade was correct or not? I don't like to be incorrect on that matter, really. And thank you very much. The reason is quite simple. I knew she could not possibly be the culprit, you see. What do you mean? As I said earlier, I was sitting on top of her little hiding spot, the trunk. Let's make sure of it ourselves. This is the very seat I was seated in on the night of the incident. This hiding spot would be the space beneath this seat, yes? Indeed, a young girl would be able to fit and hide in here. But on that night, she wasn't able to exit from the trunk. After all, I was sitting on it the whole time. As I said, yep, I was correct. Oh, so you say I let her escape. I feared that revealing the girl would draw suspicion towards her, and she'd be arrested. I did not wish to involve this girl with the future ahead of her with incidents as cruel as this. As a result, all the suspicion was set on you instead. That is nothing but a trifle. Huh? You know that I'm innocent, so why should I be afraid? I was willing to put that innocence on the line in order to save this poor little girl. Unbelievable! Oh, what an upright man! Lord! There's no way such a noble could be the culprit. And to think we ever doubted you. And slam it! When you interpret it with hard logic, then it is clear who is correct. Oh, I got a not guilty verdict! I got a not guilty verdict! Yeah! Amazing! All 6 jurors have voted not guilty. Why, oh yeah! Naruto, this means what? This means that we've won! It's too early. We won? It doesn't feel real even when you say it outright. Yeah, even I don't buy it. Yeah! He put his foot down! How impudent of me to trash my steel heel about like a brute. I plead for your forgiveness. He literally put his foot down. Whoa. This is truly it. This is the single greatest weakness of the courtrooms of the great British Empire. Huh? Legal system which occasionally has mere emotion, countervailing evidence or logic. Emotion. Even this very testimony reveals that the defendant's true colors. What do you mean by true colors? Scotland Yard has never, nor will it ever, overlook any minor detail in its investigations. When Scotland Yard investigated the omnibus, naturally they inspected the inside of the trunk. This trunk was full of the coachman's belongings. The report written by the investigative officer clearly says as much. What did you say? Someone tampered with the scene. In a ploy to support this false testimony, someone spirited the items away. What? Order! Order! I cannot believe such a thing to be possible. Of course, I must admit the Yard's culpability in mistakenly allowing that window of opportunity. However, when I had the omnibus transported into the Old Bailey this morning, the trunk was definitely not empty. So then, Japanese boy. Huh? Oh, me? The omnibus itself was presented to the court as evidence. As an attorney, you should have long since suspected it, both inside and out. What was inside of that trunk? I believe you know, of course. Oh yes, I do. Let's not lie here. Ah, my good barrister! I'm sure you understand, yes? Mr. McGondal, by all means, go ahead and say it. Tell them that Lord Van Zee's words are no more than baseless accusations. No, they are not baseless. The trunk was indeed full. Let me re-verify. I'm sure of my memory, but let me re-verify anyways. Oh, hold on. I didn't expect this bloodstain. This is a bloodstain, isn't it? I expected the bloodstain on the seat, but I didn't expect the bloodstain on the floor. I remember my video correctly. Something the matter? No, it's just this bloodstain really stands out. And yet, Prosecutor Van Zeeks hasn't said a word about it. It's true, it does strike me as a little bit odd. I'm getting a really bad feeling about this. Just what is going on? Okay, let's inspect the trunk again. Whoa! What in the name of God? Okay, something happened in that smoke grenade. Within that smoke grenade. I'm sure that trunk was full. Let's examine. The trunk seems to be empty. There is nothing inside at all. Also, I didn't see that blood stain before. It was new. What is this feeling in the back of my mind? Yeah, I'm sure that... Yep. Someone tampered with this. Let's inspect the coach very carefully. Someone tampered with this crime scene. Definitely. During the smoke bomb incident. Okay, let's go back. Well, what are your thoughts, attorney? How should I answer this? What should I say about the contents of the trunk? Okay, what do I answer? All three answers are true. The second and third answers were correct. This is really hard. Joe, I'll let you decide. Second or third? I will not answer the first. Second or third, please. You decide this for me. Okay. As an attorney, I don't know if I'm in a position to say this, but as I recall, when I first investigated the trunk, there was definitely something inside. That's what I think. What? Barrister? What do you think you're saying? Are you trying to betray me? Oh. Yeah. Well, this is surprising. You're standing as the witness's attorney, yet you're spouting words which go directly against his well-being. What exactly is righteous for an attorney? I still don't know myself. But when you stand here in court, you should never lie about what you remember. That's how I feel. How amusing. You'd better watch your words, Barrister. Mr. McDonald, be very sure to remember that you stand here to represent me. Besides, memories can be such unclear things, but the truth speaks loud and clear. Look at it any way you want. It is empty, is it not? You see now, you must accept that your memories are mistaken. Something feels wrong about this. Very well, let's hear the jury's thoughts. The trunk is meant to hold maintenance equipment for the omnibus. According to the Guild's regulations, it should contain exactly that. Thus, that night was no different. I trust Beppo. The celebrity and the pickpocket are both lying. Yep. Ah! Damn it, I almost forgot. Rich people never play by the rules. Huh? This can't be happening. That testimony was nothing but a trick. A ruse! I'm afraid that I must agree. If you interpret it with cold hard logic, then it is clear who is correct. You're saying the same thing as before. As you can see, my lord, you cannot justify a not guilty verdict at this point in time. Very well. The court believes that the cross-examination is in order. Attorney, the court orders you to begin your cross-examination of these witnesses. Understood. This is too much. One momentum turned against us, just like that. Out momentum hour. The rumors about Prosecutor Van Zieks were no joke. I mean, he had to put his foot down. But yes. Let's press her. In other words, you were already in the omnibus before it departed, correct? Yeah, that's right. I sneaked in to steal. So it'd be weird for me to have paid to get in there. Yeah? That's for sure. What kind of defense attorney would pay to defend someone? Friends, please do not be swayed by the twisted logic of this big pocket. Anyway, it would seem the mystery of the coach fare has been resolved, yes? All patrons pay 5 pence each, so the coachman's profit is 20 pence. Fifth patron, if you will, rode for free of charge. See that coachman will always eat up at the pub before the final trip every time. That was when I decided to slip into the omnibus. Makes sense, doesn't it? However, the trunk under the seat you claim to have hidden yourself in was, in fact, full of maintenance tools for a coach, was it not? Yeah, brushes, buckets, and other odds and ends are always stored in there. Usually I just take all the stuff out and toss it in a corner of something. None of the customers on board ever pay attention to it, surprisingly. However, when the police rushed to the scene upon being notified of the incident, indeed the coachman's tools were still inside the trunk. Well, don't ask me about it, I didn't have a clue. I just piled up the coachman's stuff and hid myself in the trunk, that's all. Very well, now then, please continue with your testimony. Okay. Yes. What did you mean about not getting any business? Well, usually in the omnibus, the wind dies down at some point. Just a moment, please. What do you mean, but the wind dies down? Oh, that's just a phrase we use. It means all the customers have left, and the coach is all quiet like. So when the wind dies down, that's your chance to leave your hiding spot. Pretty much, that night, the old bloke was sitting in the seat the whole time. You know what else? He was fast asleep. I was completely shut in. It is hard to do her accent. So what you're saying is, you were inside the trunk under the seat the whole time up until the incident occurred. Is that correct? Yep. Yeah, that's right, mister. Yes, indeed. Even I surely would have woken up had I been pushed off the cushion when it was lifted. So it would have been impossible for this girl, Gina, to have committed the crime. So you didn't get a good look at the scene inside the omnibus then? Nah. So like, normally I would push up the cushion with me head, and then I'd scope out me prey in secrecy. Your prey? The cushion on the seat I hid myself is harder than the one on the opposite end. Thanks to that, not a lot of people choose to sit on it. Know what I mean? That night this bloke here just sat on the seat throughout the whole ride. So because of that, you couldn't see the inside of the coach, right? Be frank, I ain't into dark spaces. They make me feel all claustrophobic like. I had to hide myself in there in order to make sure I wouldn't be found. That being the case, you'd think you'd give up being a pickpocket. By the looks of things, she has her own troubles as it is. Anyway, I was right scared, but I had no other choice but to be as still as possible. So Suddenly there was a loud noise, of course. There was no loud noise, of course. It does not make me scream a little. That loud noise have been the sound of a person falling down on the floor. I'm pretty sure that's what I thought it was. I can't really remember. Can you remember? Either way, I was startled. And before you could stop yourself, you let out a shriek. Then, all of a sudden, the cushion on me head got lighter. It must have been when Mr. McGonagall was helping the fallen victim back up, right? Or perhaps it was when he got up from his seat in order to stab the victim sitting across from him. Witness, at that time, did you happen to see what happened with your own eyes? I did! When I pushed up the cushion with me head, I got a little gander to the opening. It looked like the old bloke was sitting the old bloke back up on his seat. It lines up with Mr. McGonagall's testimony. And suddenly he looked back towards me. All instinctive like. I tried to shrink back down. Oh. When Mr. McGonagall found you, did he force you out of your hiding spot? I was right scared, I was. He sat me on the opposite seat. That was where the victim, Mr. Mortal, was sitting, right? Yeah! And I was stabbed at him, and he was bleeding like a sieve. At one point, when the ghost shook suddenly, the body fell on me! Oh, how dreadful! That's when I got blood on my hands, and then I conked right out. Blood on both hands. That's what the two seated on the roof saw. Then you spoke with Mr. McGonagall, correct? He asked me a bunch of questions. Stuff like what my name was and why I was hiding. I heard the bloke's voice coming from above the omnibus. It would have been the two men seated on the roof, wouldn't it? I didn't want them to see me face, so I didn't look up at them. And when the ghost stopped, the old geezer pointed at the seat and said, "Quickly! Quickly! Hide in here! I'll help you get away!" Moments ago, all 6 jurors were in agreement over an not guilty verdict. Only for a single instant, though. Perhaps, but there is no denying that their feelings are shifting. We can't just find a decisive clue in this testimony, and this time we will our not guilty verdict for sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right, and yet something is really bugging me. But I just can't quite put my finger on what it is. Okay, we need to present here. Okay, hold on. I need to review my my evidence, because I don't know. Weird, I can't find anything. That's weird, I can't find anything. What evidence should I present here? And where? Yeah, this is the same. Save here, because I really have no idea. I hate taking blind guesses, but that's what I'm going to do, I think. The ledger is out of the way. The knife, I have no idea. Omnibus. Oh my god. This one. Sorry about that. What do I present here? Oh my god. Nah. If decisive combination is what you want, no, look no further than that assertion. You really think that this is decisive? Fingers are trembling, your face is pale, and you're sweating bullets. Are you sure? Huh? This condition here seems to be your conduct. Wrong conduct. Seem surprised. You are quite mistaken if you think your nervousness is not plain to see. Yeah, this is hard. Wow. Pressed every statement she has. Wait, hold on! No, not that. Really? Oh. Hard. unread dialogue. Lol. Yeah, this is... Oh my god, this is insane. I can't think of nothing. Bad. I don't know. Should I press everything again? This is bad. Oh! Hold on. What the hell? I ask you a question, Mr. McGondle. Wow, I found something. I had to rehear the testimony. Well then. Ah, I beg your pardon. What is it, my good barrister? You recall the events as Miss Lestrade described in her testimony. You appear to have been lost in thought. Ah, no. While I was listening to her, I was struck by what a horrible sight it must have been for the poor girl. In truth, I too have these memories. In my youth, I was afraid of the dark. Well, everyone was afraid of the dark once. I'm still afraid of the dark though. At that time, to make up for my lack of vision, I would focus my hearing so that no sound would elude me. Now that I think of it, I might have been listening carefully too. And that means... Did you have heard something? Did you hear any strange noises? No, not really. I could hear what the sound of the old geezer's conch blowing off. Well, it would seem I've had done a terrible misdeed to sweet young lady. Oh, that's a shame. If only she had heard something strange. It could have been a helpful clue. Yeah, it really could have. Was anything wrong with Jen's testimony just now? Oh, yeah, give me that. My lord! Miss Lestrade's testimony is just now is incredibly important. Important? But according to the witness's earlier remarks, she didn't hear a single thing. That is exactly what is so important. That's right, it might be important. I can say I understand this black-clad Asian attorney's train of thought. Either way, witness, Gina Lestrade, please append your last remark to your testimony. Huh? Append? What do you mean, like? Stop using odd words on me. You won't get what you're trying to say. Good grief. There it is. So I listened what was going on. The out, I could say, ear was snoring. So the whole time after getting in the coach, you were listening to everything. Well, I don't know if I'd say the whole time. Huh? When I first got in the trunk, there was nobody else around. So I lifted up the cushion and looked around the coach from there. I saw that geezer get in the coach and sank back into the trunk. Then Mr. McGonagall sat down on top of your head. Aha! What a blooming thought, yeah, right? Then I just spent the whole time listening to whatever I could. I was planning on skedaddling as soon as I heard the bloke get off. But the coach was kept stop and staring over and over. I ain't even heard the door open once. I could hear was the sound of the old geezer's comb blowing off. There's something about Gina's testimony just now. Miss Lestrade, your testimony just now, it contains a glaring contradiction. What? Contradiction? My word! Indeed. It would appear even our Asian exchange student had noticed that much. Prosecutor Francis, did he notice it as well? Defense! We request that you present evidence or that you name a suspect. Yes, my lord! Now, reveal to us this contradiction you've discovered. That night when Gina was hiding in the omnibus, she says she heard nothing other than Mr. McGonagall's snoring. However, there was something else that could have produced an audible noise. Actually, let's present the person. I know exactly. The defense will present its thoughts on the matter. That night, Miss Lestrade heard something inside the omnibus. It would have been very strange if she didn't hear something related to this person. I'm going to present mortar here. First fired mortar? That's right. That's the sound that she should have heard. Was the sound of the victim entering the omnibus. That's true. Order! Order! Attorney, what is the meaning of this? Miss Lestrade, there is something that I want to confirm with you. You were the first one to enter the omnibus, is that correct? Yeah, I was already on board while the coachman was having a munch at the pub. The next person who boarded was Mr. McGonagall, right? Yes, when I boarded, there was nobody inside the coach. At least nobody that I could see. Nobody else boarded with you. Is that right, Mr. McGonagall? That's correct. I make a habit of riding the bus alone, you see. Plus, when I peeked out through the cushions, the old geezer was boarding all alone. After that, you say the omnibus stopped several times, but you never heard the sound of the door opening. No mistakes so far, right? Right. And on high alert. If the door had opened, I definitely wouldn't have missed it. Explain to me just one thing. When exactly could the victim have boarded the omnibus? Oh! The victim's corpse was found inside the coach after all. In other words, Miss Lestrade, your testimony is contradictory. Okay, I have a theory. Mr. Mortar died outside of the omnibus. The omnibus was not the correct crime scene. I think the blood stain on the ground of the omnibus is proof to that. You what? What, mate? Correct! This little pickpocket's testimony holds a major contradiction. Lord Van Zieks. I thought so. The contradiction in her testimony didn't escape the prosecutor either. It looks like I owe the defense my thanks. What are you talking about? You made it all clear now. This witness and her entire testimony, you can't put stock in any of it. She's just spouting convenient lies. You know it's true. You didn't have to have boarded the omnibus. No other way. She did call herself a pickpocket, of course. She's suspicious. Oh. 4 out of 6 guilty. Ah! She didn't even say a word. We shouldn't be biased. Biased is 1S. Come on, guys. Just because she's a little thief. But you shouldn't lie either. Got that right. Foreman? I'm not gonna discriminate just because she's a thief. But hey, damn anyone who would lie. 5. Ah! Naruto, now 5 of the Jews believe he's guilty. It appears that those naive little oriental children have saved me a fair bit of effort. Oh, he's finally drinking. Yeah. Exquisite. Ah! Ah! Look at what you've done. This is all your fault. Whose side are you on, you filthy cheating chaps? It's like a beautiful rendition of hold on a moment. I have a phone. Please, I'll be right back. I have a phone call. Sorry about that. I hope can you hear me? It's like a beautiful rendition of hell. Player 2 is the only one left. No, this doesn't look good. Right now, I need to reveal some new possibility, or else they really will reach a guilty verdict. I really wanted to believe in our very own celebrity, Mr. McGonagall, but accepting the cruel truths that come with the turn of the century is part of the servant's duty. Yes, it's true. There was a major contradiction in her testimony. However, if that testimony still happened to be true, we might find a new possibility appears. What? Huh? Where is Oh, what exactly do you mean? Defense, we won't let you stand there and try to buy time. We want to know your thoughts immediately. That evening, the victim was not present when our suspect entered the coach. Yet, from that moment onward, this witness claims that the door was never opened. Does the facts tell us the victim's corpse was on the floor of the coach? If this little pickpocket girl's testimony is somehow true, how could the victim have possibly appeared in the coach? The victim somehow appeared in the coach. One reasonable possibility is that's the only possibility, really. Rather, he must have been left there after the murder. What do you mean, rather? Yes, that rather stood out to me as well. No! I was hoping that you would focus more on the left there part. Very well, let's focus on that. How do you move that body onto a coach that's currently in motion? Well, that's rather... oh, we will now grant a severe penalty to the defense. Oh, that was mistaken. Maybe I should think again. And that from your expressions that you haven't had enough punishment. If this little pickpocket's gonna... okay. That was a mistake. Wow. I made so many mistakes during the evidence. Yeah, let's save here before I even continue, because this is my last chance. After all, he didn't use the door. Keeping in mind that the door was never opened, there is only one possibility. You have to consider that the victim entered not through the door, but somewhere else. I was beginning to wonder what dark line of logic your desperation might lead on you. Look carefully at the omnibus. On one side of the coach there is a door, on the other side, windows. Those windows could not be opened, therefore, there is no somewhere else he could have entered through. I can imagine one possibility at least. What? I can think of one way besides the door that the victim could have appeared from. Very well. Then the court orders the attorney to show us. On the omnibus, which is in which this crime took place. Why could the victim possibly have entered the coach? Let's save again. We have to save because this is, like I said, our last chance. I think it's from here. That's the only way. Obviously, he entered through the skylight. Skylight? I have no words potent enough to rebut that foolish claim. The skylight is wide enough. It should be possible to drop through it. That's not the point. Do you have any evidence to base your absurd outbursts on? When they were in the omnibus, Mr. McGonagall and Miss Lestrade heard a loud noise, as if a person had fallen. Well, yes, that must have been the sound of the victim being stabbed and falling onto the floor. However, if you fell from your seat onto the floor, would that really make such a loud noise? It must have been loud enough to make Mr. Lestrade scream, after all. You can't be saying! At that moment, the victim appeared from the skylight. No, rather than appeared. What I should say is, he dropped down from the skylight. You're saying he fell into the coach from above? Nonsense! That's impossible! What makes you so sure? If your claim that he dropped from the skylight is true, then the people seated on the roof of the coach should have witnessed his descent. As you should know, they did not mention that in their testimonies. That is true, but... Oh, McGonagall has something to say. Might I interject for a moment? Oh, Mr. McGonagall. Certainly what Lord Van Ziek is saying is true. The two seated on the roof didn't say a word regarding the victim's descent. But if you ask me, it would be inaccurate to say that they did not mention that. You see, they couldn't mention that. Huh? It would seem those two gentlemen might have a reason preventing them from speaking the truth. Don't you feel the same way, ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Huh? Then might you be saying the two seated on the roof were the ones that used the knife? Hello, you two. What in the hell do you think you're doing? What are you doing? What was that just now? That's what we want to know. What the frick is that animation? I won't take this lying down. Ah, damn it. As if I even could. You must disagree with this. That's what we mean to convey. Is it fair play? It's as if you're saying that I, or even I, had stabbed the victim with that knife. All of your insinuations, it galls me. I firmly object to your accusations. Objection! Yes, your accusations, we object. Order! Order! Order in the court! You're those two witnesses from before, aren't you? The court will not allow unexpected witnesses on the stand. Return to the waiting room. This is far too cruel! This wounds us deeply. Surely you all understand, right? My lord, might I make a proposal? What is it, Lord Van Zieks? The defense was the side that ignored the rules of the court in the first place. They indicted these witnesses without basis, spitting on the idea of proper procedures. Indicted? I never meant it like that. It seems your English is lacking in practice, Japanese boy. The victim dropped down from the skylight. I can't hypothesize the path without first positioning that the passengers on the roof were involved. Thus, you grounded their testimony as a lie, and came to the conclusion that they're criminals. That is an unjust declaration here in Great Britain. There's no evidence to back up this hypothesis. I know this is unreasonable, but I can't stand and watch as it ends here. What are you doing? Let them testify! I knew that Wheelhat was suspicious from the very beginning. We've come this far. There's nothing left to do but settle it. We must dispose of the filth in our society. Testify! 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 Naruto, what in heaven's name is happening? The entire courtroom is howling for blood. Rooftop witnesses. Yes, sir? The court orders you to testify again. This time, speak regarding the defense's accusation. Alright then. I didn't mean to. There's no more time to think. All I can do now is press on. Yeah, with one tentative. Let's save here. Rebuttal of the accusation. There were only two of us on the roof seats. It's true. When accidents happened in a place like that, there is no way it would go unnoticed. I didn't even know the victim in the first damn place. There's no way I would. The skylight was always shut. We weren't able to open it. If the victim fell through the skylight as you claim, then I demand evidence. Indeed, as far as testimony goes. If one of these witnesses had truly committed such an obvious act, I cannot imagine that it would have gone unnoticed by the other witness. Right, that's right, I say. Like I said, we swear that. However, if you two are friends, then it would be a different story. According to Scotland Yard's investigation, there were no signs that these two had been collaborating. Ha! I don't trust the police or the rich. This atmosphere. Even though the flow of the side is advantageous to our side, I feel such a sense of unease. Now then, attorney, your cross-examination. Yes, my lord! Okay, press. The victim, Mr. Mota, didn't come up to the roof. Right, correct, indeed he did not. No doubt about it. You get it by now. Ah, that's right, that is... I saw it. The victim was inside the coach talking to this man. Is that true, defendant? Dear, oh dear, I don't like to have to repeat myself. I was alone in the omnibus. What's more, I was sleeping. Nonsense, I'm sure of it. There was definitely someone. Do you have any evidence of that? Huh? In a modern trial, evidence is everything. There is no harm in remembering that. I saw it! I know I did! Good grief! was around 10 o'clock when the incident occurred, on the last trip of the night, correct? Then it had been dark outside, making it difficult for both of you to see very well. No, what are you? No. What he means is, what a stupid thing to say. That's the case, then perhaps you dozed off for a moment instead. Well, that's, No, what are you? That's what he's trying to get at here. How would you go out there on a frigid night yourself and see if you can just doze off? But for sure I'd never be able to pry my eyelids apart again. I see, like it must have been extremely cold outside then. That's right, and this man locked the coach from the inside. Knocked on the door, but he wouldn't even open it for us. After that, I must express my sincere apologies. I was sound asleep. I simply didn't even notice. Liar! At the time you were talking to someone inside the coach. It was quite cold that night. It would not seem strange for you to have seen some sort of illusion. Illusion? The piece pursuing this point will be fruitless. If you're going to label me a suspect, then it is only fair to label you both as such as well. Equal free competition is the basis of emerging capitalist society. I don't want to be part of any such competition. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, sorry. Victim first fired mortar. Did you never meet him before the incident? Right, absolutely right. Absolutely never met him. That's what he's trying to get at. It's the lady first. Is that true for you as well? Of course, because I'm just a simple hatter. I don't think that has anything to do with it. In other words, what we're trying to say is... absolutely unrelated to these people. Hello. McGondle. Shut up! Excuse me, Mr. McGondle, if I may. Yes, of course, my good barrister. Did that testimony jog your memory about anything? So these two are completely unrelated to this case, huh? What are you going on about? Master Fairplay, it's been some time, hasn't it? Huh? You know, I believe it's about that time. Your deadline is fast approaching. Let's say I believe it was 20 guineas you borrowed from me, correct? That can't be legal. Just such outrageous interest rates. You deceived me. So one might safely say you're harboring some resentful feelings toward me, yes. Much so that you might have such a motive to cast your own sins upon me. Then we have you, Miss Master Lady first. Me? What about You are a milliner, a crafter of hats. Did you by chance also make that very fine silk hat you got there? Huh? Well, I'm still in training, you see. I take the customer's measurements and make a hat that fits them just right. Fits them just right? That seems a bit too personalized, doesn't it? We have customers who say they really like such personalization. For instance, the victim, Mr. Thrice-fired mortar. What? Just a while ago I saw a photo. That the photo of the crime scene was submitted into evidence, but... Yes, would this be the one? This is a very unique silk hat. I can't help but feel as though I've seen it somewhere before. Ah. Oh. I made this. Our recreating victim seems to have been a customer of yours. I would wager there had been some manner of dispute over that unique hat. Huh? No way! I never! In short, what I'm trying to say is, you two fine gentlemen are by no means unrelated to the case. And that's all there is to it. Absurd! It feels like he's doing a better job defending himself than I am. Mr. McGonagall has certainly done his research, hasn't he? Now, how about you continue this trial? Let's do it! Skylight was closed, is that correct? Why that? Of course, that's... There's no doubt about it. That's what he's trying to say. See here, direct your attention towards the omnibus. Indeed! Indeed, behold, even now is it not firmly shut? Well now, I'm sure if absolutely necessary, a body could have dropped, though. True. Simply look at how large that skylight is. No, size has nothing to do with it. Nice cube. Try and look at the big picture here. Oh, great. Once before I was riding that omnibus and, well, you see, I broke winged. Even I myself was surprised by it. Why are you admitting this all of a sudden? Oh, I'm gone, see? That time I tried to open the skylight. I just couldn't get it to open, so it stunk up the inside. I started blushing and broke out in a sweat. I could feel everyone staring at me. Why are you confessing to this again? Well, that is, in other words, the skylight can be opened. I've tried opening it from the inside. Lestrade? Shut up! Excuse me, Miss Lestrade. Miss Lestrade! It does open! Huh? You're talking about that skylight, right? Thing opens just fine! Doesn't seem like you're using that weapon of yours just fine though. Ridiculous! I mean, when I tooted, can't get it open from the inside, you know? You can't get it open from the inside, you know? What? Not too long ago, I chose to ride on the roof of that coach. I wouldn't have said, I'd say, fact, I even made it off with me pockets full of wallets. Please refrain from boast about your accomplishments as a pickpocket. Then something blooming scary happened. When I went to pinch the fourth bloke's wallet, suddenly they spotted me. They all beamed in on me, and I wasn't even able to off both the coach to get away. So I opened the skylight at my feet and escaped. I just undid the lock. How can that be? Skylight's lock is on the roof, so I can't open it from the inside. I can't open it from the inside. Bailiff! Please attempt to open that skylight. Post haste. Ah! Oh! You see? Yeah. Order! Order! I will have order! Since the young lady's testimony is true. So the skylight could have been opened from the rooftop. Naruto! I bet this new information will become a vital clue for us. Now, defense, please resume your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. So the skylight can be opened, huh? Maybe I should double-check it. I'll do that immediately. Locked shut by its latch. Now that it's been unfastened, it should be possible to open this. Okay, let's enter the coach. Now let's examine the blood stain again. No, okay. Oh no. Hold on. I have to re-examine it. Looks like you really can see what's going on inside the coach from the skylight. It seems there was a lamp inside of the coach as well. So there is no doubt that the witnesses could clearly see the crime. This is bad news. However, evidence, you say? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Just came here so that you could tell you what we witnessed. And yet, you paint us as criminals. That's completely unfair. That's what we're trying to say here. At present, as no conclusive evidence has yet been found, I believe both myself and you lot are in equally dire situations. Are we not? What? I should probably calm him down and fast. Those two really related to the case. Not sure. After all, I don't know either of them. However, I don't know anything about Mr. McGondal either. What am I supposed to believe? Naruto! In court, the only thing that can determine the outcome is evidence. Even all these jurors, they can't raise an objection to the size of evidence. In other words, we have to find that decisive evidence. That's right. Okay. here. I think I know what to do. Let's present the omnibus at this. Oh no. Oops. No! Oh, that's wrong. That's wrong. Uh-oh. Cease! I believe you have heard enough. The court has decided that prolonging this trial is unnecessary. The jury will now render its verdict. Foreman, have the jurors completed their deliberations? Yeah, I will... Where is it? Back to title. Here it is. I will not hear this. I don't like it. Okay. Continue from here. Oh, that's a mistake. Ah. Okay, I need to inspect more that thing. No, no, no! Oh! What did I do? Oh my god. What did I do? Why did I do that? I wanted to inspect, not to present. Ah, I'm making mistakes over and over and over. Details. Ah. Come on, I really cannot look. Oh yeah, did I investigate this ladder? Yeah, like I said. Very risky. I agree. It's gonna... I agree completely. Be hard. Oh, this one. No, wrong. Oops. God freaking damn it. Why is there no load? Okay. I need to think. stupid thing. On the inside this time. Yeah, nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing new. Oh, there it is! Found it. I suppose if the skylight opened about this far, then a gentleman of say your size could literally be kicked down through it. Hey, does it have to be me? Ah! Sato, what's the matter? Look here! There's no mistaking it. Finally, found it! It's a bloodstain. Why would a bloodstain be left in a place like this? Maybe it could very well be related to the case. It was the omnibus that had to be presented, but I didn't see that. Until now. There we go. Now it can be presented. Let's bypass this dialogue. Let's save here because I discovered new evidence. I'm playing on a thin thread here. There we go. Now that's correct. That night, the victim was stabbed by someone with a knife, and he lost his life. After that, the culprit dropped the body into the coach from the skylight. The decisive piece of evidence that proves this was clearly left behind within the omnibus itself. Of course, playing blind, like I said, would of course result to mistakes. Huh? Preposterous! Such evidence can't possibly exist! Yeah! Because we're not criminals! You think the size of evidence is inside the omnibus? Defense! Sir! It appears we must request a more detailed indication. Show us the nature of this evidence that was left behind at the scene of the crime. The evidence showing that the victim fell down through the skylight is this thing. This blood stain here. There it is, yeah. I can't pass this dialogue. Ah, maybe because I'm showing it this time. Present this. Ah, isn't this a bloodstain? Huh? This bloodstain proves two things. When the incident occurred, the skylight of the coach was open. Ah! And furthermore, the victim passed through the skylight while bleeding. Oh! So, at the very least, for Mr. Mengadal, who was inside the coach, the crime was impossible. You lie! Order! 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 What the? But what? That blood could have splattered from the inside. How audacious would it have been for blood to only land on the skylight's hatch? What? Furthermore, the skylight can only be opened from the rooftop seats, correct? I couldn't have opened it at all. But... We can't really know for sure whether the body fell through the skylight. That's not enough for the good jurors. I asked the court to examine the omnibus floor. With what we know now, these stains could only be one thing. Traces left by the fallen victim, rest his soul. Ah, no. You lie! What the? My fellow jurors, I think we can all agree on a not guilty verdict. Indeed, I have come to realize just who the real filth here is. The hell is this? We've had the wool pulled over our eyes this entire time. How dare they soil the inside of our guild's coaches? He was the only one who had it right after all. Right, then, on three, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Whoa! Van Zieks. He's going to put his foot down now. I must commend you, Cosne McGundle. Whatever do you mean, Lord Barak Van Zieks? Bloodstains on the skylight. Such evidence is invalid! What are you talking about? There is but one reason for my assertion. Hold on, there is someone at the door, I think. I'll be right back. بالله طفي الناقوس ولا نطفي منين؟ Wow, so many interruptions today. Oh my lord. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Those traces never existed to begin with. What? What are you saying? Any way you look at it, you can clearly see that this is a bloodstain. I myself was present for Scotland Yard's investigation. The investigation unit searched the omnibus from top to bottom. Huh? Ergo, I am able to assert this with uttermost surety. No such traces ever existed. At the very least, that was true when this trial began. Huh? So then the bloodstain. Someone forged it during this very trial. What? Oh dear. I can't believe Lord Baron Van Zieks of all people would make such a reckless remark. I am Cosne McGundle, a celebrity of our dearest city of London. Thus I am compelled to firmly oppose any baseless slander, even if it comes from the so-called Grim Reaper. Cosne McGundle, you have never once taken the witness stand until today's trial, and yet you have felt your influence in the shadows of many crimes. Without lifting a finger, you've involved yourself in a great number of incidents. And then you tamper with them to your liking. You tampered with other incidents? As he earned riches for his usury and crimes, he felt that his wealth could accomplish anything. Twisting evidence, interfering with crime scenes, and bribing witnesses to speak as he wills. All of it to create a convenient tale beneficial to him alone. Dear me, what utter nonsense! Don't you agree, my good barrister? Yes! You've heard the prosecutor's disparate claims, right? When trial started, the bloodstain did not exist. But, if you recall, ever since the trial began, the omnibus has been right here, in plain view. You never had the chance to forge a fake bloodstain. Isn't that right, barrister? He's right. The omnibus has been in front of our eyes this whole time. Attorney! Let us hear your own thoughts, in your own words, from your own mouth. Understood. During this trial, could someone have forged a bloodstain in the coach? Yeah, during the smoke bomb. Let's save here. I have to save every time, like I said. Defense attorney stands in court for his client's sake, but I'm starting to think there is something even more important. There may be no evidence that the defendant did something like that. However, if he had even a single chance to do so, it's entirely possible. Oh! What? What's this? Precisely. It seems our Oriental attorney wants no part in building up this smooth screen of falsehood. Falsehood? Everyone in this courtroom should clearly remember this. This trial has taken a single recess. Thanks to the smoke bomb set off by this witness, Miss Lestrade. We know what happened. What's going on? Naruto, we're in danger! Get down close to the ground! Bailiffs, don't let the defendant escape! Secure the omnibus! The court declares emergency recess. The bailiffs will capture the defendant and assist in evacuating the courtroom. The smoke completely obscured our vision in the courtroom and it descended into chaos. We're all forced into the waiting lobby as a result. In that single moment, it would have been possible to approach the omnibus. Don't you toy with me! What are you playing at, you filthy amateurish upstart? Amateurish upstart? You're no barrister! This is some kind of conspiracy! Whether he's a barrister or an amateurish upstart, the facts remain unchanged. After the trial's smoke bomb-induced recess ended, there appeared a number of oddities in the omnibus. Explain these oddities. First was the trunk beneath the seat. When the police examined it, they confirmed that the driver's tools were inside. And as for the blood stain on the skylight, like before, it did not exist when the trial began this morning. However, Lord Van Zees, I'm afraid to say, but neither of those facts were confirmed during this trial. That's right. The omnibus was brought before the court, and we were both closed. As such, it is difficult to confirm any fabrication of the crime scene. Quite so. It is possible that not a single person will be able to confirm for certain. What do you think, Naruto? Sato? And the omnibus? Are there any other traces of evidence you find unnatural? I'll save here. My lord! What is it, defense? There is one more spot in the omnibus, which bears traces of evidence that should not exist. What? What are you trying to say this time, barrister? You're going to betray me, you had better watch your back! The defendant would cease with his worthless ranting. The court eagerly awaits the defense's answer. This trial is a blend of truths and falsehoods. Where is it going to take us next? It seems up to you to show us the answer. The third unnatural trace that appears on the crime scene is... it has to be the floor. This. If we assume the victim was stabbed on the rooftop and dropped through the skylight, then it's only natural that there would be a large bloodstain just below. And as far as I can remember, when this omnibus was first presented to the court, there wasn't a bloodstain here. Oh, yeah, me too. I don't. Now that you say it, I feel as though you may be correct. Well said. And to assert just the thing as his attorney, for once, there was no thoughtless blunder. These bloodstains were thought to be decisive proof. But I cannot deny the possibility. Someone maliciously forged evidence inside the omnibus. There we go. This trial is a draw, I guess. Ah! This trial is over. Mr. McGonagall, up until now I have cooperated with this court to the full extent of my ability. Now it's finished! But you're the defendant, so... They said this trial is finished! Huh? Mary? Well, no, it means nothing. Look at the facts! Those traces are the truth! But... And even though he was wasted all this time, old Reaper over there can't present any concrete evidence! Really, the Grim Reaper? What a joke! Well, my lord! Man! Oh my lord! He's losing it. Indeed, memory is not valid evidence. The bloodstains at the crime scene do indeed exist at present. So as long as there is no way to prove that, they previously did not exist, then it is impossible to prolong this trial any further. Yeah, he's going to draw the trial. He's going to draw the trial. This is the second drawn trial since Ace Attorney 4, the Phoenix Wright trial, which was cancelled. Remember the trial of Zach Graham-Ree? But do you have any comments, Lord Van Zieks? The prosecution has presented all the testimony and evidence we had to offer. That is all. Understood? If all the possibilities have been discussed, then the court must move on to its verdict. But as a formality, the court would like to confirm the defense's stance. What do you mean, formality? It seems at this rate, Mr. McDonald will receive a not guilty verdict. Not guilty? It would be our victory. Yeah, but it is a victory that I hate. Is it really okay? Should I really end the trial like this? Defense, deliver your closing statement. Understood. Defense pleads. Ooh! I will definitely plead inconclusive evidence. I hate pleading not guilty on these circumstances. I am the appointed attorney of the defendant, Gosney McGondal. However, at this point in time, I can't decisively plead that he is not guilty. What's this? It's true that there is no evidence conclusive enough to prove that he committed the crime. However, I don't believe that his innocence can be proven yet either. Did you say? Order! 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 This is completely unprecedented. The defense isn't arguing for the defendant's innocence. I wasn't wrong to accept you as my defense. Well, you've put on such a wonderful show, even at the very end. Go on, take your tip. The job is done here. Thank you for all you've done for me today. What do you mean? As the Honorable Lord Judge so aptly said just moments ago, as long as this trial cannot continue, then the defense's plea, as the word implies, remains nothing but a formality. Even for us, this situation is too much to settle. Ultimately, is any of this evidence real? If we were to just close our eyes and dispose of all this film. This to all the money bags is the only way for us to know peace. Counting the man who donated that beautiful park. Oh, I've embarrassed myself. As long as this situation stands, it will be impossible to continue this trial. A verdict cannot be passed. Thus, we shall heed the defendant's request. You have my gratitude, my lord. Without further ado, it is now time for the verdict. You still don't know if the blood stains on the coach are real or not. Or even if these witnesses' testimonies are true or full of lies. You still don't know a single thing about the truth. Lord Van Zieks? Yes? This is all due to the prosecution's lack of sufficient proof. That is all there is to it. The possibility remains that illegal forced evidence was planted in the omnibus. The court believes that the prosecution is to blame for this. My sincerest apologies. But all the time, Prosecutor Van Zieks did in fact issue an order to preserve the omnibus. Ultimately, he is the one at fault for this. He cannot avoid his responsibility. No. As of yet, the court cannot pass a guilty verdict. Therefore, there is no need to leave the verdict to the jurors. What? Today has been quite rough, eh, Prosecutor Van Zieks? For you, and for my esteemed barrister as well. What is the point of us being here? These are simply the laws of our great British courtrooms. If you want to keep this trial in session, then why not start by changing the law? Oh, is there something you'd like from the great McGonagall? Allow me to give you this single warning. Do not think that this is over. I look forward to your next raping then. He basically made a mockery out of prosecution, the defense, the judge, the entire court. He made a mockery out of the court. That's what he did. And he got what he needed as well. A not guilty verdict. He got a not guilty verdict. But technically this is a draw between the prosecution and the defense. Wow. Now, we shall announce the verdict for Cosney McGonagall. Not guilty. Let the confettis fly. Yep, no one is happy about that not guilty. Whoa! Fireworks too! Talking about? And his suspicions all been cleared up? Wow. The courthouse fell into a second round of chaos as the verdict was passed down. First trial in the Great British Empire. Ended. The client's innocent. In other words, our victory. '18th of February, 5:14 p.m. Old Bailey, defendant lobby. Joe, what do you think of this trial? Just before I even do anything, what do you think of this trial? In a few words. It was something indeed, yep. Like I said, this is the second trial I've seen where a draw was brought. Even it technically is our victory, but for me it's a draw. Neither the prosecution nor the defense won. And all McGondal did was break the record, the imperfect record of Van Zieks. That's all what he did. Anyhow, let's continue. The defense was well fought, Naruhodo. Oh, hey, Susato. First victory in a foreign land. It was awe-inspiring. Congratulations from the bottom of my heart. I should thank you, Susato. Is this really for the best, though? In the end, we still know nothing about the truth of this case. We just didn't have the time to find the truth. But who murdered Mr. Mortar? We still haven't gotten to the bottom of it. The one and only mission of the attorney is to fight for a favorable verdict for his client. And in my opinion, you carried out your mission perfectly. He is right, you know. Hello, McGondal. Mr. McGondal! And she's with him too? The rumors were true after all, eh? What rumors? When the Crown Court hands down a not guilty verdict, they fire off 6 great fireworks. Did you see it? It was a beautiful sight. Yeah, it sure was. I've heard so much about the liberating sight of fireworks from the defendant's stand. And I owe it all to you, don't I, my good barrister? No, honestly, I don't think it was my effort that freed you. Oh, please, this again? What else could it have been? Instead of my effort, I'd rather call this victory your handiwork. Well, to be entirely frank, you put me through some frightening moments along the way. But let's just count those misters of youth, and let all be water under the bridge. Congratulations on your not guilty verdict, Mr. McGondal. Congratulations, even though the mystery remains a mystery. There's only one thing of importance to me. What? That would be having all of those fools acknowledge that I did not commit that crime. What do you think? Feels great, doesn't it? Right. Say this to the art, the pride of our capital. They will surely reveal the truth. That's what I believe, at least, you see? I bet them a great sum to make certain of it. Oh, he bribed Scotland Yard? Are you freaking kidding me? So, here is what happened. McGondal bribed the police. The Straight launched the smoke bomb, and then when the police secured the omnibus by Van Zieks' order, they planted evidence. Oh my god. I think that is the truth. For me. That's a good theory too. Let's put it as a good theory. I'm not surprised. Now, as promised, I'll be paying you 1,000 guineas. And I won't hear a single word of complaint. No, I can't take that much money. My, you Japanese are really are modest. Ah, very well then. That's how it must be. Take this. It's a tip. Codename McGondal. The preparations are complete. If you would please move to the Crown Court. The Crown Court? Oh, this is much earlier than I was led to believe. I'm very sorry, the plans have changed somewhat. Well, you heard the man. I must excuse myself now. I'll be stuck inspecting the crime scene for a while yet, I'm told. What for? She is not the only one. I have to undergo another investigation, given the circumstances. They said they want me to be present for it, if at all possible. Re-investigation? To tell the truth, I have no obligation to follow through with it. As a London celebrity, I'm willing to cooperate as much as possible. That is a gentleman's duty, you see. Farewell now. It's a pleasure to have met you. I pray that you have an enjoyable time as exchange student. There he goes. Oh! Right, she was here. Don't move a bleeding muscle! She's handling that ammunition as inefficiently as ever. Miss Lestrade, Gina, could you refrain from pulling out such a dangerous weapon? Stupid adults! Huh? I hate the blooming lot of ya! Oh, you were here all along! There she is! You can try to run away from me, but you can't hide! Who in the world is this little girl? Do you think this is big no-no? You don't know that? And I was so excited to test out my new smoke launcher prototype for myself! You wanna fight? I bet I can beat ya! Huh? Excuse me, who even are you? Oh yeah, well, you could call me an inventor. I made a smoke launcher. An inventor? You know how small screens are. They're just big, boring white blobs. See, if you're gonna be covered by smoke, why can't the smoke be at least be cute? I'd rather just avoid the smoke screen in the first place, thanks. I died for one tiny second during my omnibus transfer and suddenly it's gone. Do you think I put the tracking device on it, huh? Tracking device? I have no idea what she's talking about. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're coming back to the app with me. What? But why? Don't play dumb. You need to go to apologize to my technician. Apologize? When you do bad things, you apologize. Didn't you even learn from the adults around you? Adults? What? Well, are you coming with me or not? Gordon Bennett! Fine then. Oh, you're pretty docile after all. Obviously because she has a huge weapon trained on her. Well, the two of us should be on our way now. No more time for the disturbance. Lively little girl. Can you guess her name? Joe, here is my game for you. Can you guess her name? Oh, oops, I didn't read that. Oh. I believe we should moving on as well. Okay. Yeah, you're right, but what exactly can we move on to? Huh? After all, we can't stay in this courthouse after we arrived in London. The bailiff still has our belongings, and we have nowhere to sleep for the night. I had already planned to search for lodgings before the day was over. We won't have enough time, right? And no need to fear. If push comes to shove, then we could at least rest ourselves at Mendel Park. Mendel Park? That's another cold at this time of the year. We can can endure it with the vigor of a youth. I wonder, a night in London, in the dead of winter, young or old, you'll probably freeze to death. Oh, I'd rather not freeze. I knew it would come to this. I really would have accepted those 1,000 guineas. And so, on the day of my arrival in London, my evaluation as an attorney came to a close. However, it was made fully clear to us that what the Reaper had said was true. This case was absolutely not over. Watch, just watch. I kinda know what's going to happen. I was spoiled a bit.
これはどういうことだ。わかりません。私が駆けつけた時にはもう現場検証が始まるまで立ち入り禁止のはずではないか。まさか中に誰かいるのか。なんという。
Oh my lord! A crime in the courtroom. I will continue to play. I'm not ending the stream now. No, I'm continuing this. The Adventure of the Clouded Heart, or Kokoro. Save? Yes, indeed. I'm continuing to play. Yes. Select episode, The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. Let's play now.
時折僕は思うのだよ、ワトソン。ホームズは物憂げに首を振り言った。我々が目にする事件は本当にそれが全てなのだろうか。その裏側に誰も知るもののない物語が隠れているかもしれない。ハーブティーから立ち上る湯気を追うその夢見るような眼差しの先にはきっとあの雪の日の夕刻の情景が浮かんでいたのだと思う。ブライアロードの歩道に倒れ伏した若い女性とその背に刺さった狂人。ガス灯の明かりが柔らかく切り取った奇怪な事件現場の情景。不可解な姿なき犯人の事件は薄い霧の中静かに幕を開けたのだった。
19th of February, 9:47 a.m. High Court of Justice, Chief Justice Office. Naruto, did you manage to sleep last night? No, not at all. Why though, that hotel was rather luxurious. The room could have been mistaken for a palace. It was nothing short of dazzling. Gas lamps were countless as glittering stars, making the night shine brighter than day. And wow, imagine just how much that wealth was worth. Just and turned all night just to make sure that I made full use of its size. So did I. That was the night of my dreams. Except, when I learned that lodging cost £3, I realized my nightmare had only just begun. Sorry. The wedding was so overwhelmingly beautiful that I had wandered in before I could regain control. Back in Japan, you could have used the same amount for over a year of safe shelter. When I parted with our dear money, my tears just wouldn't stop flowing. Really, I'm so sorry. Anyway, we have to find cheap lodging as soon as we possibly can. If we can't do that in 10 days, we're sure to run out of student allowance. London is a formidable foe. Thank you for coming so early. Hello, Mr. Vortex. Oh, likewise, sir. Good morning, Lord Chief Justice Vortex. I have arrived today to report on yesterday's trial. My father consulted with him without even flinching. Your composure is really something else. I trust that you've enjoyed your first taste of Great Britain's trials. Yes, sir. In fact, I taste so much law that I'm downright full of it. Thus, he has done exactly as you ordered. Lord Chief Justice, Yunosuke no Naruto has carried out his duty to completion. Oh yes, I have already heard about the events of yesterday's trial. Your defense was remarkable. You pass. Huh? You sent students from the Empire of Japan. You will now be recognized as an attorney. Even for our country, meeting such promising youth from far east is a tremendous delight. Thank you very much, sir. I'm now an attorney. I have prepared a new assignment to test your skills as a fresh, young attorney. You should get started on it immediately. Understood? New assignment? Already? As an attorney, the best way to develop your skills is through experience. I dare not ask, but we object to your assignment. I don't know how to say this, but I'm still not satisfied with this as his verdict. You're not satisfied with it. As I recall, you won a not guilty verdict. What more could you possibly want? As of yet, the court cannot pass a guilty verdict. Therefore, there is no need to leave the verdict to the jurors. Today has been quite rough, eh, Prosecutor Van Zieks? For you, and for my esteemed barrister, as well. And he laughs it off. Gondol. Was he truly innocent? Naruto! I still can't say for sure, but despite that, the trial is already over. I won't have to worry about that anymore, I can assure you. Huh? What do you mean? Ognimi Gondol is dead! He died just after the end of the trial. Yep, this is going to be a headache. What? What? Mr. McGondle is dead? And the doves are flying. I must depart in 19 minutes and 41 seconds. Until then, I am able to talk, but for a while. What do you mean he's dead? How did McDonald die? At the end of yesterday's trial, chaos erupted in the courtroom. I assume you recall the omnibus that was brought into court. Yeah, it was brought to be examined at the scene of the crime. That's right. At some point, when the bailiffs weren't looking, it suddenly went up in flames. What? How could they let this happen? We are currently investigating that matter. Furthermore, we discovered McDonald's corpse amongst the coach's burnt remains. What? He must have entered the coach while the bailiffs weren't looking. These bailiffs sound like awful slackers. How could they let this happen? We're currently investigating that as well. It reminds me of something. At the end of the trial, Mr. McDonald said something that bothered me. Well, you heard the man. I must excuse myself now. I'll be stuck inspecting the crime scene for a while yet, I'm told. What for? It seems that the omnibus will have to undergo another investigation, given the circumstances. They said that they want me to be present for it, if at all possible. Inspect the crime scene, huh? Scotland Yard has had no such arrangement made, to my knowledge. Then who did this? I wouldn't worry. The Yard is putting all of their investigative mettle to the test here. You can leave the rest to them. There is no need to worry for either of you to pay it any mind. Mr. McDonald! By the way, how was your first trial on Crown Court? It was, well, amazing. We were overwhelmed by its noble aura and the dignity born of its venerable, profound history. Our country's Supreme Court is no match, as it has only been around for decades at best. Such a he has a way with words when it's time to be eloquent. My friend Naruto is so impressed that he is rendered speechless, as you can see. Our courts are the pinnacle of law. You would do well to learn from them while you still can. I have to say, though, it was some sort of fortune that you could take such a simple case for your first trial here. Simple, my lord? As I said yesterday, there is no way you could lose. He knew. See my goodness, my lord, that case was by no means simple. He has to know. I mean, he has to know. When we first heard the details of the case, we felt like we was at such a disadvantage. Even now I still can't believe that we managed to seize a non-guilty verdict. What's the matter? I'm sorry, excuse me for that. But in the end the verdict was indeed not guilty. It was because of your skill as an attorney. You'd say that's all there is to it, right? No, my lord, that's not exactly what I was trying to say. Regardless, you have exceeded my expectations, I assure you. That is nothing, it's the truth. That is why I've already arranged a new case for you. What? That's exactly what Chief Justice Vortex trying to imply just now. What exactly does this new case entail? Don't tell me it's a normal trial. But it's going to start in 10 minutes or something. Please, there is no need to worry. Circumstances surrounding this trial are completely different after all. Let's see, is he reading my mind? At the very least, nobody has died yet. And the trial is not today either. You have ample time to carry out your investigation. To be precise, you have 23 hours, 43 minutes and 19 seconds. Okay, try it tomorrow then. What's the matter, Naruto? I was just feeling a little conflicted. I was wondering if I made the right decision as attorney during yesterday's trial. Naruto, I'm not sure if I'm ready to stand in court again with the way I feel right now. Was that a reminds me, there's actually one similarity between yesterday and tomorrow. Once again, not a single man is willing to step up to the challenge. What? I decided tomorrow's trial to begin without the defense attorney present. And of course, I'm sure you know, there's nothing at the end of that path except for the worst possible conclusion. Well, that sounds about right. Not again. I'm afraid my time is up. I must excuse myself. I strongly suggest that you two begin preparing for tomorrow immediately. After all, there are mere 23 hours, 26 minutes and 39 seconds left until the trial. Called that ample time not long ago. Oh, one more thing, Master Naruto. There's one thing I would like to inquire of you. Sir, what is it? As I recall yesterday, you said thus. You wish to carry on the exchange student, Kazuma Asugi's will. I want you to clearly explain what you meant by that. You have 34 seconds. Huh? You always talk about how he wanted to study the world's leading justice system and change the laws of the empires of Japan. I'm going to keep his dream alive, though there is another reason. Oh! What might this other reason be? In this steamship's cabin he said something cryptic to me. There's something I absolutely have to do in Britain, no matter what. What did he absolutely have to do? Again, I wanted to tell me in clear terms. I didn't ask him. I was sure you would tell me when you arrived at Great Battle, but time's up. I'm grateful that you told me such an entertaining story though. What exactly were you talking about just now, Naruto? Kazuma never told me anything like that. Two of you ought to focus on the case at hand. I've already spoken to the inspector leading the investigation. I presume he will give you the details if you ask. When did he get here? Now I pray for your good fortune. What secret was Kazuma keeping from me? What was he planning to do? I don't know. He really didn't tell me. Maybe we should go speak with the inspector now. Yes, we ought just to do that. I can see a hint of spitefulness in his eyes as he glares at us. Excuse me, could I have a moment of your time, sir? Do I look like I have any time to spare? Whoa! Nice weather we're having, huh? Does the weather look nice to you? Whoa! Listen to me, chap! This is real good. Don't go around thinking that any old British gentleman is excited to talk about the weather. That's what Susanoo told me. I'm very busy right now, more busy than you could ever imagine. When I'm here yelling at you, the investigation is still underway at the crime scene. But I'm very sorry. Oh yeah, I'm willing to bet they're saying all kinds of things behind my back right now. Hey, where's that guy been? Who knows? He acts like such a big shot. He must be slacking. All thanks to some bloody foreign bumpkin who came to London just to frolic and have fun. You can't hear the sound of my policeman's prestige falling because I certainly can. So this won't be easy. Greetings, sir. I believe we haven't met. My friend here is Inosuke Naruhodo, a defense attorney. Huh? And I am his legal assistant. We are both deeply pleased to make your acquaintance today. Ow. I must say, the weather truly is beautiful today. Absolutely! It's not often that you get to see just a clear sky during a London winter. Amazingly well done, Susato. Lord Vortex asked me to give you lot details of the case. My name is Tobias Gregson, Scotland Yard. Inspector Gregson? Huh? His name got quite a reaction out of her. I wonder if she knows him from somewhere. Inspector? Would you be the same Inspector Gregson as the Inspector Gregson? Sato, do you know this man? Even though he's from Malem? Of course I do! Who wouldn't? I guess I wouldn't. He's the recurring character in the adventure of Sherlock Holmes. Oh, are you talking about the Stand magazine again? Inspector Gregson is none other than Sherlock Holmes' rival. Wow, his rival? That's actually pretty impressive. Well, yes, I suppose so. I have to say that Holmes does pretty well himself, for an amateur. Mr. Holmes has spoken very high praise of Inspector Gregson as well. Gregson is the smartest of Scotland Yarders. He's the pick of a bad lot, he says. That doesn't sound like much of a compliment to me. Well, Mr. Holmes isn't the type of person to sing praises of others in the first place. That's right, because that blasted magazine will become famous all the world over. That's a good thing, right? I'll admit, it wasn't so bad at first. Everyone wanted to shake my hand, and my reputation at the yard was at an all-time high. That sounds great. However, you must never underestimate how terrifying man can be. Since then, I've always had the feeling that people were staring at me, talking behind my back. Talking behind your back? Had the feeling? It's strange even since he appeared in those novels. Look at him, acting like a big shot. Have people really been saying such awful things? Like I said, they do it behind my back, so I can't really make out what they're saying. However, that's the feeling I get. There's doubtlessly no doubt about it. Doubtlessly no doubt. Feels like this inspector is going to be difficult to work with. Yes, it seems that sudden fame comes with its own share of troubles. There we go. Let's talk seriously. So what's this, the case that Lord Chief Justice wanted you to talk to us about? Well, if I were to put it simply, this is probably the easiest case that a detective could possibly work with. And are you saying that this is probably the most difficult case that the defense attorney could work with? I should hope not. It definitely looks that way. A lady walking along Briar Road was stabbed in the back with a knife. Fortunately, her life isn't in danger now, but she still remains unconscious at the hospital. Why, that's terrible! Who would stab a frail woman in the back like that? I'm sure it's just about rumors of Sato-toss on them if you found them. That's not important right now. You don't have to yell. Anyway, we were able to arrest the culprit without wasting too much time on this case. We didn't even have the time to enjoy after-crime tea before we took him in. We must have found some trace of the culprit at the crime scene. Or maybe there was an especially trustworthy witness testimony. Ha! Give it up! It's not worth whacking your brains over it. Huh? No matter how you might try, there is no saving the culprit from his fate this time. What do you mean? It's simple. The prosecutor in charge of tomorrow's trial is none other than Lord Baroque Van Zieks. What? It seems like you lot already know him. Yes, we are quite familiar with him. He is the one referred to as the Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper of the Old Bailey. Yeah, let's speak. Okay. So we're up against Baroque Van Zieks again. Same prosecutor as yesterday. If I recall correctly, Mr. Mengedal said... Megundal. For those he prosecutes, they say the Reaper has come to collect his due. In the court of the Deathbringer, not a single defendant has lived. Yet he did. The Grim Reaper of the Old Bailey. In other words, he's managed to force a guilty verdict on every defendant he's prosecuted, right? Inspector, that's what you're trying to tell us. When we were to tell you that Naruto won a non-guilty verdict against the Reaper. Is that so? Well, what of it? I mean, if the enemy is the Reaper himself, there is still a chance that the defendant may survive. You two really don't know a thing. What exactly do you mean then? Well, he ended up dying anyway, didn't he? Huh? I'm talking about cousin Megundal. Let's burn that along with the carry, no? No matter how you look at it, it's hard to call that surviving. What? A man could prove every criminal guilty, he'd be considered a god. But Baroque Van Zieks, he's no god. He's the Grim Reaper. In any case, you do well to keep that in mind. See, what is going on here? Now then, since I've finished eating what I have to eat, and I've said what I have to say, I return to the crime scene. In the middle of an investigation, after all. The site of the incident is at Briar Road. Would I be correct in saying that? That's right. If you head towards the Gowl, you should be able to interview the culprit. Ah, the jail. Yeah, that's how we call the jail in Old English. In Old English. You're already calling him the culprit. He's shaking like a leaf in the isolation cell. It's a hilarious sight, I tell you. The number is 53. If you ask the guard for 53, you should be able to interview him. Understood. Thank you very much. No defendant can ever be saved from the Grim Reaper. Is that really true? Naruto, what should we do about this case? To be honest, I haven't been able to stop sharing since the trial yesterday. I think that we would have to stand in the Crown Court again, facing the Reaper. Is it excused to admit when a task is too much for you? You don't have to do this. The man they arrested is innocent. It's only natural that he'd be shaking like a leaf in that cell. I can't imagine the kind of monster that would just stand and laugh at such a sight. Then, to be honest, I can still feel the intense shock from yesterday's trial. And not much I can do, but I think we should have to go out investigating. Would you assist me? Yes, of course. You know that I'd be glad to. After all, I'm your legal assistant. And shall we? Alright, let's do it! Move. no, hold on. Joe, choose the destination, please. I know I have to go to both, but you choose first. Okay, the goal it is. Wow, that's a jail cell. 20 February. Gaol, cell 9. So this is the gaol. How might I say it? This is certainly is an impeccable prison, isn't it? And speaking as a man who was locked up in one of Japan's jails, I think even simple Japanese jails were far more comfortable than this. How heartbreaking. I told the client is in the cell, but it's too dark to see further inside. What sort of person could he be? Number 53. The attorney is here to interview you. Stop hiding from in the corner and come out. Huh? I have a name. Call me when my number is outrageous. I refuse to grace you with a reply. Excuse me, Naruto. You understand what is going on here? I guess it's with mine, those bitter words. But definitely in Japanese though. Yeah, he's a Japanese person. Sure. Shh, be quiet. Must be hiding somewhere. None can hide from my eyes. Surely right now, right this instant too, it is looking at me, listening to me, I can feel it. Well, let's try this again. What? There you are, damnable spirit that curses my very life. Spirit? Do pardon me, but might you be Japanese? Good heavens! This is... Heavens above, bless me! I do sincerely apologize for that loss of composure earlier. Don't worry about it, it did surprise me a little though. However, a year has passed since I left. To think that such a situation would transpire in a far-off land. Words of my fellow brethren penetrate my heart upon our meeting at the depths of hell. Oh, flood of emotions! Is he secretly a Power Ranger? He's doing Power Ranger poses. This is the next client Lord Chief Justice Hordex spoke of. I believe that it's a Japanese person. Oh. My gratitude to the motherland. After all, home is where the heart is. For the sake of one mere exchange student, she dispatched one first-rate attorney. Praise the motherland! Wow. Okay, he's not a Power Ranger. He is one of the Ginyu Force. First-rate attorney. Looks like there is a huge misunderstanding here. In any case, would you be willing to tell us your story, good sir? For example, we'd like to know about your arrest as a suspect. Aye, of course, with pleasure. Nothing. Ah, for joy! Whoa. Don't quite understand what he's saying, but he seems happy. Yes, he does. So his trust isn't misplaced. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I am Ryunosuke Naruhodo, an attorney. for me, I am Susato Mikotowa. I'm his legal assistant. I am a student that's sent to Great Britain from the Empire of Japan. Kosuke Natsume is my name. Okay. Kosuke Natsume, was it? That's an interesting name. You see, I'm quite fond of writing haiku. You can think of it as a pen name, I suppose. Pen name, huh? That's why you take on a different theme for an authored work, right? Yes, this is still the case. That's not all there is to it. It's kind of a refined elegance to the title. In any case, I have to say that hearing about haiku makes me feel like I'm back in Japan. That reminds me, earlier you said you were an exchange student, correct? Yes, the Japanese government sent me here 1 year ago to study the English language. I had no choice to comply. Look at the situation it has put me in. They've ruined me. I had no choice. You mean you didn't want to participate in the exchange? That's not quite true. I've always wanted to visit the British Empire. However, it was a ridiculous demand to begin with. And even more so coming from the government. What exactly do you mean? Asking me to study English literature would at least be within the realms of my field. But to study the English language, I've not even an idea on where to start. Simply absurd! In fact, the other day I received a directive asking me to report my progress this past year. Because of the sheer nerve, I submitted a blank sheet of paper in response. That will show them! Must be rather an important person to be able to do that. Ah yes, people often tell me that. I said it so proudly. So what suspicion you were arrested under? You had no hand on it! You've never been able to commit such an atrocious act as murder! Murder? Oh, that's right, she didn't actually die! She was stabbed with a dagger! Right in front of me! Right in front of you? And does that mean you saw the culprit? I did not. Huh? If I did, I would not be in such a predicament right now. Which means the situation here isn't so simple. Our place is why she go out of her way to get stabbed right in front of me. That's right, it must be all due to the curse of those London spirits. Oh, you damn pests! So despite him being present as it happened, he didn't see the culprit. I guess we should ask him for more details on the incident. Okay. It just stopped snowing. The streets of that cursed night were shrouded by fog. I was on my way back to my cursed flat after making my cursed purchase at the bookshop. Looked like he's cursed in all sorts of ways. There was but one other individual walking in front of me along that cursed road. She was wearing a green overcoat. When I was about to pass by her, it happened! She suddenly let out a short cry, and then she collapsed onto the cold ground. How terrible! I begged her to speak, but she wouldn't open her mouth to respond. Her sense of death! She isn't dead. There are Terrified, I seized my first opportunity to flee from the cursed scene. Full speed, mind you, back to my cursed flat. We didn't flee, yeah. That might not have been your best decision. As a Japanese man, I should probably be ashamed of what I did. Shameful display! By the way, did you happen to know the victim at all? Not in the slightest! I'm not acquainted with any blonde Brits, let alone young women. Seems you fail to understand how much I managed to keep myself cooped up in my flat. I see. So the victim was a young woman. By the way, besides the two of you, was anyone else walking along the footpath? Unfortunately, I did not catch sight of anyone other than that woman. What? No one else was there? The victim was a complete stranger. There was nobody else present. That's really the case, and this is quite curious. Huh? Well, it is curious. Okay. Susato, what did you mean by quite curious? There's something about Sosuke's story that so far that doesn't add up. The victim was a complete stranger to him, and there was no one else at the scene. Furthermore, he ran away from the scene so that nobody would see him. Indeed! If that's the case, that means Sosuke must be the culprit. What? No! What did you just say? Nothing, I didn't say anything. I should learn to keep my mouth shut. Not quite what I was getting at. I was curious about how exactly Sosuke managed to get arrested. Huh? Sosuke made no contact with the victim, and there was no one else at the scene. How then did Scotland Yard track him down? Oh, she's right. Ah! It was him! Thanks to that man's cursed great deduction! Oh! Sherlock Holmes arrested him! I ended up getting arrested! Why must I suffer this shame? Cursed great deduction? No way! Yeah, Sherlock Holmes arrested this guy. I remember that man's name until the day I die. He called himself a great detective. Then he laughed an unforgettably obnoxious laugh. He's gone, cursed soul! Say Sherlock Holmes! I'll curse you until the day I die! When he's laughing at us as a flashback. God damn it, Holmes. Why do you have to make my life hard? It really was him? Mr. Holmes? If I would have guessed his name here. So I escaped that nightmare scene one cursed night past. I was gnawing on my hard French bread. Several men suddenly stormed into my room. We're from the yard! Drop that weapon this instant! No matter how hard it may have been, who would call French bread a weapon? Hard lifestyle! You've had quite a rough time of it, huh? And there he stood, in the middle of all those detectives. With a blindingly white grin, his name was none other than THE Sherlock Holmes. No, I actually don't think "the" is part of his full name. Afterwards, I learned that he's the great detective in London. I suppose that's where the great in Great Detective comes from. With his also clever deductions, he managed to pinpoint where I lived. then he then had the nerve to accuse me, a frail hunchbacked man, as a knife-wielding maniac. I wonder what kind of great deduction he came up this time. I must ask though. Is this solely due to Mr. Holmes' great deductions? Even that would have been too heavy-handed for that lot. Well, to be honest, they stormed into my room that morning. Confusion took me. Of course, that's only natural. Interrogating me with their fast, difficult English words as I stood and trembled. Cowardly bricks! This is the British Empire after all. Of course they speak English. I began to panic, but I knew I had to respond the verbal assault. I simply responded with yes, I do, and I'm fine, again and again. So I realized that I had been handcuffed and thrown in here. I would probably thrown you in jail too. What a guy. Poor man. Master Naruto! Just Naruto is fine. Excuse me, it seems I have been taken over by British culture. I don't understand that you will accept my case and defend me. Is it true? It's too good to be true. Is it permissible for me to believe it as truth? Well, why has the cat got your tongue? Yeah, I'm just an exchange student. I'm the same as you, Sosuke. You're an exchange student? I have stood as an attorney trial in a British court once, but what am I supposed to believe in? What guides my struggles in these foreign courts? I haven't come to understand that yet. Naruto. And even worse, I'm not a proper law student in the first place. I'm a substitute at best. But that armband! That proof that you are a Japanese attorney, no? It's a memento of the man I'm imitating. He was my very best friend. Memento? I am well aware of what they all say about me. What do you mean by they? How do those British attorneys care to defend me? Why not? You were right. The footpath where the crime occurred was empty. Save for the victim and myself. Worse even, I fled the scene. I can't help but think that I must be the culprit. You know that? I know that. Sosuke. And above all, I'm an exchange student. I am nothing but a suspicious foreigner to this great British Empire. A trial for him? What a waste of time. Undoubtedly, that horrid Jap did the deed. All those attorneys stood before me and laughed at me, as if it was a cruel joke. I don't understand half of what we say, anyhow, but I knew. That's awful. I studied English more fervently than any of those big stuffy big city policemen. It cost the very seas to show my reverence and my desire to learn this enduring language. But nary a soul is willing to lend an ear to a poor hunchbacked foreigner. At the least, I would be overjoyed to entrust my fate to a fellow countryman, one who knows my plight. But I dare not thrust it upon you, causing you to bear an unbearable burden. When I look into your eyes, I can see the many burdens you have already placed on yourself. Sosuke. I need some time to think about this. Hmm? First, I'll try to do whatever I can right now. What does that entail? And then we'll investigate this incident in intense detail from this moment forth. We hope to find some sort of lead and use it to help you in some way. Very well, I'll be waiting for you, Substitute Law Student Naruto. Let's proceed with our investigation, Naruto. The aim is afoot. Let's go. Move to Briar Road. Finally. 20th February, Briar Road. So this is the Briar Road, the scene of the crime. Oh, take a look over there, Naruto! And I can have those uniforms anywhere. There's no mistaking that helmet like that. It's Scotland Yard. The Yard policemen are conducting their investigation. Well, yeah, that's what policemen do. Of course, they're the Scotland Yard, you know. I've admired them since I saw an illustration of them in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. They do love those steel helmets. Huh? You only care about their helmets? Well, if only I could don that helmet. Don't you just want to try it on? I hope you get to experience that cool metal. Oh, look who it is. Gregson. What are you doing over here, Japanese children? Oh, it's Inspector Gregson. You should be vaguely aware by now, but you're not on a sightseeing trip here. Here we are investigating the crime scene. Oh, so it looks like you went to the cow. The scene, where's the culprit? He's not the culprit, he's only a suspect. I suppose you're just trying to help out a fellow chap, eh? Well, you're free to do as you like, it's not my problem. You'll be able to change the result of tomorrow's trial anyway. It's like he's trying to freeze a solid with his cold aloofness. Lol. I'm sure you can blame London's freezing cold winter for that feeling. I think that's right. Scotland Yard. And since I laid eyes on its illustration in Mr. Holmes's novel, I've dreamed of visiting it. Scotland Yard is the world's most capable police force. It's been a lifelong dream of mine to wear one of their iron helmets. And I have to admit, when I see a guard wearing one of those helmets, I can't help but to feel the image practically screams, the city is under my protection. Oh, absolutely! I couldn't agree more. While Scotland Yard is actually much more labor intensive than it looks. Is that true? Like on early mornings, for example. First, our constables have to run around the city, waking up all the workers. What? You mean everyone in the city? Knock on everyone's windows with a long rod. I had to do it too, a long time ago. It's quite something. All our work is for London citizens, it's only natural. After all, our constables start patrolling their beats. They take no breaks until the day is done. There's even a quota for how long they have to walk, 20 miles a day. I have no idea how long that really is, but I can imagine it's quite a distance. Let's see. It would be about the distance from Tokyo to Yokohama if you were to walk on foot. I feel like that kind of trek would make me feel like more of a wreck. Once it gets dark, another important job is to light all of the gas lamps. That's historically correct. I know that. Fine. You mean all of that? You have to investigate the odd case once in a while, right? Not to mention they occasionally have to stage down lawbreakers. I'm not sure I like how you're making those duties sound like side jobs. Anyway, that's how it is. Some of our men have even collapsed during their shifts. I've always looked up to those iron helmets, but now... perhaps Naruto deserves more the art of wearing one, in my opinion. I'd rather be able to handle something with so much weight riding on it. Crime was committed 2 days ago at 5 PM. It was on that open road over there. It was there that the victim, a young woman, was stabbed in the back with a knife. The lady is still unconscious and being treated at the time. This time, is that correct? I wouldn't exactly call her a lady. But yes, until she wakes up, we won't even be able to identify her with any certainty. Which means that we won't be able to record the victim's testimony. Here's a map of the scene. Take it if you want. Wow, you give this to us? It's our policy to give the culprit's attorney the minimum information necessary. Yep. I still haven't agreed to be Sasuke's attorney, but okay. Since he was so kind to offer, I should take it. Well, either way, hold on, I have to look at it. This is Briar Road. This is where the victim was stabbed. It's simple enough. Okay. Well, either way, at the time there was nobody at the scene other than the victim and the Japanese man. There's no debating who the culprit is. I believe Sasuke himself said he didn't see anyone else around as well. Even if Sasuke said that he didn't see anyone, that doesn't mean that the culprit couldn't be anyone else. Unfortunately, that's exactly what it means. What? After all, they've already found a decisive witness who clearly saw the moment of the crime. Seriously? Well, there's 2 of them to boot. 2 witnesses, huh? Okay. The smoke's famous fog was thinner than usual. That chap picked a bad day for murder. So there are 2 witnesses. Okay, I'll ask about tomorrow's trial first. The man is going on trial tomorrow, right? You'll be defending him, I assume. Well... however the case is, there's one thing that I can say for sure. Here in London, no attorney is worth his salt will take that man's case. It was the prosecutor's Grim Reaper, right? The client is beyond saving now. You'll be only wasting your time by defending him. But there is one thing that strikes me as peculiar. Sad. Old Deathbringer hasn't stood in court for a good few years. Yep, that's a fact. Is that so? Well, he only prosecutes infamous criminals, or those who commit the most heinous crimes. Infamous criminals? Heinous crimes? His past marks were all men who would be sentenced with the death penalty. So not the case this time. You're right. The young woman was stabbed, but her life remains intact. I can't imagine why he would show up in a small fry case like this. I really agree with the phrase small fry. I can tell you a theory about this, Joe. Baroque Van Zix is showing up to this case because the culprit is Japanese. I told you about a theory that Baroque Van Zix has some hatred for Japanese somehow. I think this is part of my theory. Why? I have no idea, of course. Maybe he has some specific reason to do so. Exactly my point, Gregson. Do you happen to have any idea what that reason might be? Maybe. Mere man can't comprehend the inner work of the Grim Reaper's mind. You just have to ask for yourself when you get to court tomorrow. Here's the Grim Reaper again. Let's ask the witnesses. So who exactly are these witnesses? You could say one of them is the most trustworthy witness in London. After all, he's a constable of Scotland Yard. What? Constable? This changes things a lot. The constable just happened to witness the incident taking place. It's not that unusual, that's why the constables are here after all. Do you think that maybe you could tell us more about this constable? Of course, feel free to ask anything you want. Tomorrow's trial, that is. Huh? Constable is absolutely going to be summoned by the court as a witness. Think of it as an exciting prospect for tomorrow. Doesn't seem like he's willing to let us meet the witness. Constable is the witness. As your legal assistant, I'm calling out to say that this will be very disadvantageous for us. I think you have to be a legal assistant to figure that out. Oh, that reminds me. What? The one who found the rest of the suspect was Sherlock Holmes, right? Was Holmes? What's going on? I saw his face darkening. This is a problem. Hey, tell me who you heard that name from. It was Sosuke who told us. He said that Mr. Holmes stormed into his room with a bunch of yard officers. Must have been another one of his great deductions at work. Don't be ridiculous! That lousy amateur! He's always poking his nose into everything! First he catches wind of an incident from some bumbling idiot. He runs off to the crime scene. Seconds later he's circling the area, spewing incomprehensible nonsense. And before you know it, he's suddenly solved the entire case. Impressive to say the least. But isn't he an important asset to Scotland Yard? Nonsense! You know what this is? Yeah, that's the Strand magazine. The magazine that serialized the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. And that ridiculous excuse for a novel, all of the detectives of the yard are just constantly being assaulted by the great detective. In fact, they might as well call that drivel the base slanders of Sherlock Holmes. Well, I do admit that it does occasionally come off as such. We're working as hard as we can, but because of him we're a laughing stock. He's a terrifying threat, not just to criminals but to the yard as well. Are you sure you should be comparing Scotland Yard to criminals? Seems like the great detective and the police have a pretty complicated relationship. Alright, then. Looks like that's all the information we can get from the inspector. Naruhodo, may I have a moment? What's this, Susato? Your attitude changed all of a sudden. It's just my opinion, but I think perhaps at this point I ought to see what our old friend has to say. My old friend, do you mean Sherlock Holmes? Yes, indeed. I'm unquestionably referring to Sherlock Holmes. Twinkle in her eyes is clearly excitement. Yep, we're going to meet Sherlock Holmes again! As I recall, didn't Sosuke mention Mr. Holmes as well? Yes, he did! He did indeed! And with that in mind, one could say he's related to the case as well. Absolutely not my own self-indulgence, but know his address, so it is at Baker Street. Of course it's at Baker Street. Anyone knows where Sherlock Holmes lives. How did you know that? See, it's written in this book. 221B Baker Street. The address of the world's most famous detective. Anyone who read Sherlock Holmes knows 221B Baker Street. Anyone who read Sherlock Holmes, of course. I see. And shall we head over? We'd better get going before Susato's the silence rises to a fever pitch. Now, let's call for a coach! It's like we're meeting again sooner than expected. Sherlock Holmes. Let's go! New distillation has been added. Exactly, Joe!
ありがとうございました。そこの2階でございます。それでは。どうも。ここがホームズさんの事務所なのですね。
February, 12:53 p.m. Holmes's room. So this is Mr. Holmes's office. It certainly has a strange vibe to it. Whoa, look at that. What do you think, Sato? Is it just like how it's written in the books? Sato, she's having a fangirl moment. She's going to have a fangirl moment. I know that look. I think so many mysterious cases must have been solved in this very room. Yeah, no doubt about it, huh? Never read any of it myself, so I can't really say for certain. A detective on pursuit of villains, hiding in the shadows of foggy streets of the capital. And how wondrously romantic! It gets your heart pounding, your blood racing. Isn't it, Rudo? Yeah, of course, no doubt about it. But of all that, I'm just a little overcome with emotions at the moment. Please pay me no mind. Right. Gee. Looks like the good detective isn't home. Hello? Is anybody home? Oh, guests! Yeah, I knew it. Hello there! Do you have a big case for us? Hello there, do you have a big case for us? There we go. Oh, hello. Have you guessed her name yet? Joe, come on! Come on! Huh? Say, you didn't happen to be... Oopsie, hang on a sec. I got start brewing some tea for you. How'd it go? This girl was... Susato, you saw that girl just now, right? Wow, this is really amazing. Did you guess? Joe, yes or no? Is that the no of guessing or the no of realization? Did you realize? Even the King of Bohemia came here to request Mr. Holmes' expertise. King of Bohemia? His Majesty King Wilhelm Gotterich Sigismund von Ormstein. Never heard of him. No, you haven't guessed. Come on, Joe. It should be obvious. You will see. Put down the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes for a second and look at this. Alright, he's done. Have some fresh biscuits too. Oh, weren't you? I knew it. Looks like I wasn't mistaken after all. Oh, you were here all along. Seeing things in a big no-no. You don't know that? I was so excited to test out my new smoke launcher prototype for myself. Yeah, well, you could call me an inventor. I made this smoke launcher. The girl who appeared in the lobby after the trial. You know, this is my first time seeing an Asian lawyer. You only arrived in London and you're already getting put to work. That, huh? Yeah, but it's no big deal. It is my own special blend. Go on, think up, down the hatch. Alright, bottoms up. I think I've had tea like this before. Wow, how do I put it? It has such a mellow yet sweet aroma. Oh, perfect! Success! That means to you the fragrance that helps relieve fatigue. Yes, Joe, that is Watson. No joke, that is Watson. Now's not the time to be tired out of your trip. You got another big case tomorrow. What's more, you're defending fellow Japanese guy. You've got to give it all you got. How did you... Any chance did you hear about us from Mr. Holmes? Oh, you guys know Holmesy? Holmesy? Actually, we traveled on the same ship as Mr. Holmes. Oh, really? I have no idea. And not even legal, by the way. She's 9. I think. Holmes only just got back from traveling abroad. But he's already up and at it today. Wait a second. I'm positive that this is the girl we met after the trial yesterday, but how does she know so much about us? You don't suppose this is another one of those deductions, do you? Putting that question aside, what in the hell's name is the girl doing at Mr. Holmes' office? Oh, how rude of me! I haven't even introduced myself yet. I'm Iris Watson. How excited I am to make your acquaintance. Yeah! Something tells me I'm going to love Watson. Miss Holmes and I live here together. Wow, Iris, was it? That's such a pretty name. What? Right, Susato. Wait, just one moment. Miss Watson? Does that mean? It's her dear, Susato got so flustered out of nowhere. Aha, that's me! What about you guys? Alright, I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo, attorney at law. Oh! My name is Susato Mikotoba, and I am his legal assistant. Pleased to meet you. Shishi and Ryu! Got it! Suzy? Ryu? This is starting to get silly. I have so many questions, I guess let's just start by asking her. I agree! She's not 9, she's 10. I mistake. Lives with Holmes, a wonder kid, a wunderkind who holds a PhD in medicine. She has a PhD in medicine, Joe, at 10! At 10! And has published a very popular series of novels. She has a PhD at 10! Oh, Iris. I believe we met yesterday at Old Bailey, right? Yep, thanks for everything you did yesterday. Oh no, we should be the one thanking you. I remember being held at gunpoint by the horrifying large weapon before you came. Like this, right? Speaking of yesterday, I seem to recall you tracking Gina or somewhere. Gina? Yeah, that hot-headed witness from yesterday's trial. Oh, you mean Jean Bean? She's actually a pickpocket. Yeah, we guessed as much. Such a meanie, you can't just go off stealing people's inventions. Inventions? You're talking about that huge, dangerous toy? Yep. So I had to chase after her in order to get it back. If I knew something like this would happen, I would put a self-destruct function on it. This girl says some scary stuff. Anyway, after that I brought Jean Bean back to my place. I also have to apologize to the technician that helped me make it. Technician? Of course, that's my Holmesy! Did you call him Holmesy? You know, Holmesy and I live together in this flat. Wow. I never would have guessed Mr. Holmes had a little girl. What? No way! I'm not his daughter! Even I would call my own father Holmesy. In that case, why are you two living together? Well, London flats are just so expensive. No matter where you look, you know? But it's the way it's cheaper to go halfsies with a roommate instead. By the way, she does the same pose as Holmes. When he thinks. Roommate? Your name is Iris. How old are you? I just turned 10 this year. What about your father and mother? Are they not Well, you see, I actually don't have anyone like that. Really? You must have a soft life. May I ask you something? Sure, you can ask me anything, Shuji. I'm actually an avid fan of the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Oh, is that Strand magazine? I've read every issue, even back home in Japan. I have them all shipped overseas. Oh, so even you, for instance, are reading my stories, huh? Did you just say my stories? Yep, she wrote that. She wrote all of Sherlock Holmes's books. Ha! In this universe, of course. Holmes just loves telling me all about the cases he solves. And they all turned out so fascinating. So look, why should I be the only one to hear all about these tantalizing tales? What? Last night he was telling me about the case that he solved on his steamship. I'm actually in the middle of working on the manuscript for the next month's issue. You've been working on the manuscript? Yep, this is just between us though. I think I'll call it the Speckled Band. the same name of the chapter. Episode 2, I mean. Speckled Band? understand. Those words sound very familiar. I'll search the truth a bit here and there, though. Like this time, I'm planning on just making the venomous Indian snake the culprit instead. Oh! Like in the real book, Sherlock Holmes and the Speckled Band. That's amazing. We have a connection now. If I recall, that was one of Mr. Holmes' crazy deductions. Oh, just so you know, I do know that's not how snakes work. But you know, it's just a story, right? Might as well make it as crazy and entertaining as possible. So that means all of the Sherlock Holmes stories that have been published in this magazine. Yep, I wrote every single one of them with this cutting-edge typewriter to boot. But I thought all these stories were written by John H. Watson, MD. Weren't they? Sat is having some trouble controlling the volume of her voice. It's like she's shrieking. Believe it or not, that name is actually referring to me. After all, I'm just Lil Watson. Lil Watson. That reminded me of something. And how do you explain the MD part? Well, you see, I'm an MD. What? At the age of 10? I don't know what an MD is. I know PhD, but MD. Ah, medical doctorate! Medical doctor! MD. Medical doctor. I realized the pun, the abbreviation now. At the age of 10? Yep, at the tender age of 10! Oh, that's impressive, to say the least. Please excuse me, but Dr. Watson is a gentleman. Oh, I see what you mean. I just had to make some quick edits to my portrayal. What do you mean? I mean, come on, don't you think it would be a little weird if I did? What kind of great detective takes a little 10-year-old girl everywhere he goes? Well, I suppose you have a point. Sato looks like she's just had her soul sucked out and trampled on. So she basically self-inserts herself as John Watson, his assistant. Okay. Reasoning. By the way, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What is it to you? Did you know that I was an attorney who had just arrived in London? And even queerer, you said tomorrow would be another difficult trial. Well, that's all. I'd love to hear an explanation for this, if you please. Sure, I don't mind. You know, there's nothing really much to explain, honestly. Alright, so let's get this started. Come, one and all, to Iris Watson's Theatre of Logic and Reason. Unlike Sherlock. Actually, no. Sherlock Holmes is her main character. John Watson is her self-insert character. As in, she inserts herself in her own fanfics. But as John Watson, not as Iris Watson. Anyhow, let's listen to her Theatre of Logic and Reason. First off, it was totally obvious from the start that Ryu was an attorney. After all, we first met in the defendant lobby. What about the part where I had just arrived in London? I can can see your passport poking out of your pocket and stuffed in there with a boat ticket. By the way, her deduction is going to be spot on, unlike Sherlock Holmes. Oh. It was safe just to assume that you had arrived in Great Britain. To mention, the fact that you went toe-to-toe against that prosecutor proves you're new to British law. You mean the Grim Reaper, of course. Also, Susie's hand has some red left over from the stamp she received. The stamp is from the girl, right? You met a convict there for an interview. Oh. Did you know? They do that because they want to keep track of when visitors come and go. I had no idea. By the way, they use a red stamp when a visitor wants to talk to a foreigner. So essentially, even though you two just finished the trial, you went to see a foreigner at the goal. Yet the two of you aren't looking gloomy at all, plus whoever you met with must not have been friend or family, right? So leads to one conclusion, you must have taken on a new case, right? I see. About your deduction that the trial would be tomorrow. Ramsey came home yesterday talking about how he had just solved another case. He arrested a screaming Japanese man, he told me, grinning like a schoolgirl in love. A Japanese man must have meant... He must have been talking about Sosuke. That must be a Japanese sword on your hip. And I think they call sushi clothes a kimono. Obviously, the two of you came from Japan. From there, it's easy to see. I arrived at the conclusion that you chose to defend the Japanese guy. There's just one more conclusion now. The two of you totally came here to ask Holmesy for intel on the case. Bravo! 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 They wrote this character like pros in Japan. The Japanese man's trial is tomorrow. That's what it says on the memo. On the mantelpiece. See, Holmesy has a bad habit of stabbing all of his memos with knives. I suppose that should be enough. And there you have it. The great deductions of Iris Watson have been revealed. Oh, did my deduction hit the mark? You were all exactly right. Amazing! Iris' great deductions are really something else. Even hers all of Mr. Holmes' little flourishes and pomp. And all I did was just mimic the real deal. Either way, it makes things much easier if you caught up on everything. Can you tell us more about that Japanese man? Said that Mr. Holmes arrested him, right? Yeah! Holmesy had actually just returned from a trip abroad, but detectives were waiting for him at the station, so they dragged him off as soon as he arrived. Wow, the great detective sure is popular. Apparently there were sightings of a suspicious, hunchbacked, middle-aged Japanese man. This man was running away from Briar Road, where a woman had been stabbed. Suspicious, hunchbacked, and middle-aged. I'm sure it must have been Sosuke. Sosuke claimed that there was nobody else at the scene though. Just like he didn't see the witnesses. Oops. Holmesy used his classic deductions to figure out the guy's address. The police went straight to his flat near the crime scene. They found that suspicious hunchback middle-aged man trembling in fear. I guess his great deductions do get it right sometimes. Of course they do, he's the great detective. If that incident happened only 2 days ago, where's the trial scheduled for tomorrow? It's way too soon, no matter what the case may be. You have a point. It doesn't seem that they're giving the investigators much time to work. According to Holmesy, it's because there's so much crime in this city. What? Scotland Yard is doing the best they can, but even they are having trouble keeping up. Is that so? I have no idea. So they just don't have the time to investigate and hold a trial for every single crime? They're short-staffed, underfunded, and usually the most suspicious guy is the criminal anyway. It's horrible. So this is the fruit of the pinnacle of law? The truth can be so bitter. Yeah, it looks that way. If that's the case, I'm even more worried about Sosuke. Thank you for answering all our questions, Iris. We learned a lot from you. So very welcome! I had fun too! By the way, Iris, where's Mr. Holmes right now? As you guessed, we wanted to ask him about the case. Oh, Holmesy? I think he must still be in the middle of investigating a case. That'd be Sosuke's case. Sosuke, was it? He said he was going to that guy's flat. If you're there, I bet you'll find him. But where might that be, Miss Iris? The place might be, Miss Iris. I think the policeman is still investigating the scene of the crime, but there's an inspector by the name of Toby on the scene. Oh yeah, I remember. There was a Toby. I knew it. Well, then. Give this to Toby for me. If you do, I'm sure he'll spill the beans. What's this? 5 shillings and a message card, I believe. 5 shillings and a message card, I believe. Yeah, Tobias Gregson, Toby. So you'll answer anything the guy in the dark jacket asks, right? And then Inspector Gregson will just say okay to anything we want? Understood. Thank you so much for this, Iris. Now I'll get back to writing the manuscript of the Speckled Man. I'll prepare more of my specially blended tea for you. Let's come and visit again sometime. Thank you very much, Iris. That let us return to the crime scene once more. This card, along with just 1 silver coin, can influence the entirety of Scotland Yard. Return to the crime scene with the world's heaviest coin in hand. Thank the Lord for to be continued, because I'm ending the stream right here and now. I was going to end the stream after this. Anyways. I will save here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time for another episode. Goodbye.